All right, today we're going to do something a little different. We are going to take one single, super common word and put it right under the microscope. And by the end of this, I think you'll be surprised to find that some of the biggest ideas are actually hiding in the simplest of places. So let's get into it. So let me ask you this. How many different jobs can one simple word actually do? I mean, we throw around thousands of words every single day, right? But we don't always stop to think about how incredibly efficient our language can be. And the word we're going to look at today, well, it's the perfect case study. That word is edge. Okay, so first up, let's look at edge when it's just being a noun, a thing, a concept. And right out of the gate, you'll see it's already working overtime. And check out the contrast here. It's pretty wild. On the one hand, you've got the physical meaning, right? The edge of a table, the edge of a cliff, something you can actually touch. But then you've got this completely abstract idea, having an advantage over someone. I mean, two totally different concepts, all packed into the same four little letters. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? His speed gives him an edge. That's not a physical line in the sand. No, it's a conceptual one. It's that invisible line between winning and losing, or between being just okay and being great. The word itself puts you right there, on that boundary of success. But edge doesn't just sit around being a noun. Oh no, it's also a word that does things. It's a verb. And this is where things get even more interesting. So in one sense, it's super direct and links right back to that physical noun meaning we just talked about. When you edge the grass, you're literally creating a border. You're defining that sharp line between the lawn and the pavement. It's all about making a clear definition. And then you have this. The action gets way more subtle. When you edge away from someone, you're not running, right? It's this slow, careful, maybe even hesitant movement. It's like you're moving along an invisible line. So think about that. The same word can mean creating a hard, clear line and moving cautiously along one. Pretty cool. Okay, let's recap. We've got four completely different meanings, all jammed into this one little word. A physical border, an abstract advantage, a direct action, and a subtle movement. Now that is not a coincidence. This incredible efficiency, it's a huge clue that points to something much, much bigger. And here it is. The reason for all of this? The word edge is on something called the Basic English 850 list. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, so what? But trust me, that phrase right there is the key to this entire puzzle. It's exactly why this one simple word is so incredibly powerful. So, that leads us to the big question, doesn't it? What in the world is the Basic English 850 list? And this is where our little investigation into one word suddenly blows up into this huge, fascinating idea about language itself. Well, the B850 is basically the heart of something called Basic English. It was this project to create a simplified version of English, specifically for international communication. And the goal wasn't to dumb English down, not at all. It was to make it super clear and accessible to everyone by using a small set of really powerful, functional words. And get this, that entire system, which could be used to talk about science, business, you name it, complex ideas, it was built on a foundation of just 850 words. Not 8,500, 850. The amount of efficiency baked into that is just mind-boggling. And that brings us right back to where we started. Why edge? Why was it picked to be one of those special 850 words? Well, it's because of everything we just talked about. It can be a noun for something real and a noun for an idea. It can be a verb for a big action and a verb for a small, subtle one. Words like edge, they're basically the superheroes of this list. They give you the absolute most bang for your buck, meaning-wise. So, what's the big lesson here? What do we take away from our deep dive into this one little word? Well, it's a really powerful idea about communication. Here is the key. To really clear, effective communication, it isn't about having a huge vocabulary filled with complicated words. It's about mastering the simple, powerful, flexible words. The ones like edge that can do the job of 4 or 5 other words all by themselves. There's a special kind of genius in that kind of simplicity. And that leaves me with a final question for you. If a word as simple as edge is hiding all this power, what other words do you use every single day that might be doing the same thing? What are the other unsung heroes in your vocabulary? It's kind of fun to think about. Thanks for digging into this with me today.